Fall is here, hear the yell, back to school, ring the bell, brand new shoes, walking blues, climb the fence, books and pens. I can tell that we are gonna be friends. Yes, I can tell that we are gonna be friends. Walk with me, Susie Lee, through the park and by the tree. We can rest upon the ground and look at all the bugs we found. Safely walk to school without a sound. We safely walk to school without a sound. Well, here we are, no one else. We walk to school all by ourselves. There's dirt on our uniforms from chasing all the ants and worms. We clean up and now it's time to learn. We clean up and now it's time to learn. Numbers, letters, learn to spell, nouns and books and show and tell. Playtime we will throw the ball, then back to class, through the hall. Teacher marks our height against the wall. The teacher marks our height against the wall. And we don't notice any time pass, 'cause we don't notice anything. We sit side by side in every class. The teacher thinks that I sound funny, but she likes it when you sing. Tonight I'll dream in my bed while silly thoughts run through my head of the bugs in alphabet. And when I wake tomorrow I'll bet.
The mission of the school social worker is to establish a supportive network of services to bridge the gap between home and school and assist administrators, principals, and teachers to meet the educational needs of students. Who are these school social workers, you ask? School social workers are professionals who are also clinically trained in mental health issues, substance, and child abuse. Why do we need school social workers? The school social worker is sometimes the first contact the student has who can assist with providing needed community resources. The school social worker also helps to develop collaborative relationships between parents and students. The school social worker advocates for students struggling with different issues, including cultural diversity.
You and I will walk together again, 'cause I can tell that we are gonna be friends. Yes, I can tell that we are gonna be friends.
We interviewed Kimberly at Osceola Regional Hospital in Kissimmee, Florida. She is a social worker, case manager in social services, and works in a myriad of departments within the hospital. Her day can consist of working with adoptions, victims of domestic violence, families of clients who have passed away, support and resources to HIV diagnosis, and discharge planning. Her main goal is to make sure clients have proper support and resources prior to exiting the hospital. Kimberly's main duty includes working with clients who have been Baker Acted and are in the neonatal intensive care unit. She responds to law enforcement or EMTs who have a client who has been Baker Acted, and she medically clears them and sends them to a mental health facility for psychiatric care. She also makes appointments for the mother and baby, provides mothers with maternity education, and if necessary will refer clients to Winnie Palmer Hospital in Orlando. Her duties can range throughout the day from paperwork to being in the ER to working directly with doctors, finding the appropriate resources for a patient. Kimberly mentioned that she loves her work environment and it is crucial to being patient and working well with everyone. The Social Services Department is seen as an extremely valuable player within the hospital, and Kimberly and her colleagues are very much appreciated. Many patients at Osceola Regional will request to only speak with a social worker, so they are a very called upon department within the hospital. Kimberly likes helping people the most in her job, but hates not being able to follow up. Especially with the Baker Acted population, she finds herself wanting to know if the mother took her child to the doctor appointment they set up or is following along with their plan. All she can do is provide resources and serve as a jack of all trades for the client and the other professionals in the hospital to provide the best care and assistance for patients.
Before this incident happened, I probably would have just ignored seeing that button on the wall. I'm pretty used to things happening like that. And so my first reaction when I would see a bench in front of somewhere is, oh, that stinks. I'll just wait for someone to open the door for me. But after this incident, I realized that that's not okay. And after being in the social work program this year, I realized you have to use your voice and speak up for things that are impacting not only you, but other people that are in your population.
Who knows what miracles you can achieve when you believe somehow you will.
I've seen the impact that using your voice can have, and it's amazing to see the change from start to finish and knowing what can happen when you advocate for change. And I see the joy of my fellow students with disabilities and to see how happy they are that they can get around campus easily and that it's more accessible for them to get around. And I'm so proud of UCF for getting behind me and supporting me in this effort, and not only putting up signs in one classroom building, but hopefully for the rest of them as well.
You will when you believe. Just believe. Just believe.
Hi, I'm Sarah Howell. I'm a social work student, a junior, and this is Joni Howell, who provides care for her aging mother, who is currently located in an assisted living home. And we're going to ask her a few questions today. What problems have you had in caring for your mother?
In moving her from her residence to assisted living, we tried to find ways to keep her in her home, her quality of life in her home as long as possible, finding things like Meals on Wheels or things like that, but it was difficult locating those things, so we chose instead to move her into an assisted living facility.
Okay, and do you think a social worker could have helped you with some of those issues?
Yes, I think so. We tried researching on our own senior services in the Ocala area where my mother lives, but it was too difficult to try and think of the individual things she would need, like meals and adult services, so we found it was just easier to incorporate it all into one location in an assisted living place.
Do you also think, would it be helpful to you if you had somebody, a social worker, to go between you and the staff at the assisted living home?
Yes, definitely. There were issues with things with her insurance, with medications, with just making sure that she was taken care of. And I'm one of 3 daughters, and 2 of us live either out of town or out of state. And so having someone who could be our liaison for our mother would have been helpful instead of us having to travel there and try and tackle it ourselves.
Okay, well, thank you.
Welcome to our first group session at Unique Celebrity Facility. I am Dr. Violet, a social worker, and I'm asked to come here to help run your group session for treatment. We have already done your individual medical intakes, and this group session will help plan your treatment process. Also, we'll be having Family Day next session. They will be provided with resources, learn about your addictions, and learn to identify your strengths to help encourage your recovery. Today we're going to talk about what led us here. Crystal?
Yes. Oh, you want to hear my story, huh? Okay, well, my name is Crystal, and I am addicted to meth. Started when I was about 16. My parents neglected me since I was about 4. I have 2 kids by the time I was 20. I had no money to support them, so I decided to start cooking meth in my house. I made some really good batches of meth. And last year, I got busted. Social worker came to my house and took my kids away. So I guess that's why I'm here. Just to get my kids back.
So it sounds like you feel that you're here just to get your kids, but that you don't actually have a problem.
I don't have a problem.
Sounds like you have a problem to me.
Listen, okay?
Okay, anyways. Would you like to hear my story now?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, well, I started puffing the laughing gas at about age 12. My brother taught me how to do it, just for fun. But after my first miscarriage at 14, I found myself depending on it to get through every day. It wasn't until I was, of course, puffing the laughing gas with old baby daddy that I began getting nauseous, bad stomach pains, and was forced to go to the emergency room.
Like really? Such a drama. Look.
Problem? Oh wait, I'm not done. You'll have your turn next.
Well, I have a shoot to
Well,
get to,
you can wait.
So I will need you to speed that up.
You're not going nowhere. You're in rehab.
Excuse you. Do you know who I am?
So, like I said,
Gina,
as I was on the way to the emergency room, I found out that I was 4 months pregnant. Next thing I know, I'm rushed to the OR, emergency C-section. My baby's born 3 months early.
Go get her.
Your mom. Next thing you know, it's a week later and I'm here. I can admit, of course, I do have a problem. Now, who knows what's going on with my child? Now I'm here. You ready?
Jenna,
Beat
you
that.
said?
I'm really
You said?
just here trying to get into a role that I'm playing.
What's the role?
Alcoholic.
Oh, that fits you.
Alcoholic? I'm not an alcoholic at all.
What's in that cup?
Water. Thank you very much.
No, Jenna, I think that kind of smells like a little bit of alcohol. Can you see that?
No, you may not. It's water. I must cleanse my system for my shoot.
I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to have that here.
Just saying.
Agreed.
Said the meth head and the crackhead.
Actually, I did inhalants, not crack.
Ooh,
Get your
excuse
drugs
me.
right. Alcoholic.
Is there something you need to tell us?
No, I think that's all for sharing today. Thanks for sharing, and we'll see everybody again tomorrow. Thanks.
Hello, Kimber. How you doing today?
I've been better.
You been better?
I've been better.
My name is Jason Tone. I'm a social worker with the Tomoka State Prison, and I'd like to see if we can help you, assist you with what you may need with your stay here today.
What kind of social worker do to help me? I mean, I've been arrested.
Forensic social work is the application of social work to questions and issues relating to law and legal systems. They provide consultation and education to criminal justice systems, lawmakers, and attorneys. These social workers also diagnose, assess, and treat criminal and juvenile justice populations. Other jobs of forensic social workers are policy and program development, mediation, advocacy, teaching, training, and even behavioral science research and analysis. Since forensic social work is based on specialized knowledge drawn from established principles and their application, familiarity with the law, painstaking evaluation, and objective criteria associated with treatment outcomes, you must hold this knowledge to become a forensic social worker. To find out more about forensic social work, you can visit their website at nofsw.org.
I met a girl in East LA in floral shorts, as sweet as May. She sang in eighths and two barrio chords. We fell in love, but not in
Government spending $6.3 trillion as 2013. What an immigrant, if legalized, can pour into the economy, $1.5 trillion a year. Percentage of government spending that comes from deportation, 25%.
Cost of buying tomatoes, $2.25 per pound. Payment of workers, 50 cents per 32-pound bucket of tomatoes.
The experience of citizenship and the ability to keep a family together, priceless.
Hi, I'm Alex Lewis, and my major is music education.
Thursday night, everything's fine, except you've got that look in your eye.
Without social workers, well, I would imagine the world would be much less social. That sounds like a simple thing to say, but social workers promote social atmospheres.
Melissa Corso, and accounting major.
When I'm telling a story and you find it boring, you're thinking of something to say. You'll go along with it, then drop it.
I think a social worker does, I really don't know. I mean, I don't really know much about social workers, but they like help people, like they place I don't know if that's with the children and stuff. Okay, you're shaking your head, yeah, I'm on the right track. So, help place children into safe homes and stuff like that.
Hello, my name is Daniel Sains, and I'm a mechanical engineering student.
Me in front of our friends. Then I'll use
First, by volunteering, and be willing to not be paid, to not take a salary, just do it because it's the right thing to do, and that should be the foundations of getting into social work, I think.
Alright, so my name is Drian Arney. I am an MSW student here at UCF. I'm also an HIV tester and risk reduction counselor here at Wellness and Health Promotion Services.
My name is Amanda Hinkins. I am a MSW student here at UCF as well, and I am also a generalist intern at Wellness Health Promotional Services, where I do the Healthy Choices group and HIV counseling and wellness related activities.
I think social work is so broad that to me it's on a basic level work with people. So working with people, exchange of services, whether that be counseling, providing referrals. I think that's what I love about social work, is that it's so broad that it can be found and done anywhere.
Yeah, I would say it's that intersection between the person and their community and their immediate space, and how that affects them and how their environment is functioning in their lives, and I like that aspect of it, and I like seeing where people come from, where they're going. I like working with them and helping make their life a better place, and I think that's why I chose this over any other profession.
You and more, I wanna find you and more. Where do you?
Well, as far as myself, counseling, doing HIV risk reduction counseling, we have Michael Freeman, who is our supervisor. He is the person that makes sure that the relationships between everyone here, is working and that it's effective, so that we are meeting our mission.
And our overall boss, Tom Hall, he's also a social worker too, and he primarily does work in the administrative side. So once you get to a certain point in, health services social work or campus social work or whatnot, he also does work on that policy organizational level. His background's mostly in alcohol and other drugs, so he does the supervision and whatnot in the alcohol and other drugs clinic, which on this side of wellness we don't do as much of here.
But that is also still a huge part of what we do here at Wellness, and we work in partnership with the Office of Student Conduct, and we provide services for students who are interested in reducing their alcohol and drug use.
The risk reduction method goes for HIV counseling, our Healthy Choices group, and we also use motivational counseling, risk reduction, and the alcohol and other drug clinic as well.
Hi, good morning. My name's Michael Burmis. I'm a Master Sergeant, retired United States Army, 21 and a half years. I am a military social worker, and I'm also the coordinator of the military social work program. I've got two questions I've been asked that I want to share with you. First of all, what is military social work? Council Social Work Education has outlined it, and essentially what it is any social worker that is providing services to military, whether active duty or reservists, veterans, or their families. So it's not necessarily a degree, if you will. It's part of our typical programs now here at University of Central Florida. But it's those of us in the community, the VA, or even the Department of Defense, or uniformed social workers that are providing services to those populations I just described.
I needed a social worker when I was recuperating from surgery and lost my job, and I needed to get reemployed, and it's been a long time.
I needed help with the social work when I had problems with my anxiety and ICD, OCD as a side effect of my adult ADHD.
I needed a social worker when I was broken.